much room for anything else here. There's nothing particularly which just straight up answers the IO.
Let's go super toxic. Find some like Huskar type lane counter. Okay, Timber. What a way to go out of a tournament, by the way. To pick Brood, Troll, and like
yeah, Brood, Troll, Huskar would have been lit. But no, they're gonna go in for the Timber Saw instead. Talk to me about this Timber pick. Does it solve their draft on 9pandas?
It's about overwhelming their opponent. 9pandas, they don't have any team fight at all. The supports need to do everything, but they do have a lot of kind of just map pressure. When lanes break and Brood gets 6 and wants to chip down towers, if the Timber comes in to push back that gyrocopter, then Flat doesn't protect it, Brood can progress. I think it really is about early map play and what they can do. If 9pandas, if they don't get a control of this game early on, the lack of control will be an issue. They'll have to keep looking, okay, when's the Hex coming for Timber? When's the Brood getting maybe an Orchid? It's a lot of items will fix their problems. And of course, we've seen how aggressive 1-win is with the Willow, the Tiny, setting up map movements for the relocates. I think, yeah, 1-win, it's a very, very comfortable draft. They can make mistakes and still win this game. And for 9pandas, just crush the map from your lanes. They've got to go. They've got to do everything right to feel good. I'm leaning 1-win. If I wanted to play a TI potentially qualifying game, what draft would I want? I'd want the Aya with the gyro, the mid-tiny, like it's just everything looks so good on paper. That's the draft that you take into like any game, and you'll probably be able to play it out. Compared to 9pandas, and it is a stark difference. Perfect map reads, perfect map play, itemization as well. It doesn't look like they're the team that is one game away from being eliminated. That's for sure.
Okay, that's pretty brutal. I'm actually gonna go against you here. I actually kind of like what 9pandas are doing here. I think
pressure.
Exactly, it comes down to the pressure, right? The only mid hero they could have picked to make this work, I'm pretty sure now, is Timbersaw. Now that I've seen it, now I understand the mind of Solo. I kind of get what's going on here, as we do see the Necrotic Web placed in the middle lane to help out with Key Attacker's lane, which is really cool. We like this. The hero Timber can play alone. He doesn't need to be paired with another core to be successful. Ember Spirit and any other hero they could have picked basically would have really struggled, because your Brood's not going to come play with you, Troll's not going to come play with you. You have to be a deadly force that can fight up into 3 heroes, and more importantly, get away if the response comes in, get away from a relocate or get away from a panda. And I think Timber is pretty much the only hero which can really give you this, so I think it works for them as Sayus maybe chase away a little bit down here. Actually just get outpaced here. I don't think he gets away. He's going to be first blood. Okay.
Just like last game.
Yeah, true. If things repeat, this could be pretty bad. Kushi getting first blood with his IO. That's a great start to the game.
Alright, come on, sorry, stop giving away the first bloods. Back to lane they go.
4 bounties.
4 bounty, really. I was like, woo! Alright, that's worth it every day. Good job, Sayu.
Calculated.
That's always the funny thing with casting. It's like, depending on which way you phrase it, it's like either really good or really bad, right? It's like, that was a great, yeah. No, the lanes, you're kind of looking towards Timbersaw to make the players. I fully agree. Kiyotaka on his Timber. From mid lane, he needs to threaten Chiro Jr., get the early levels. And primarily, I am expecting Timber to walk to bot lane, Troll to use the twin gate, just bring everybody down and make sure that you can open up this map. And if they do that, then yes, 9pandas, they do have the tools. 2 threats and 1 win. And I'm going to need to see it in action. Starclaw taking a lot of damage in top lane.
Yeah, he really is getting a little bit blasted, but in fairness, the return harassment is coming out as Solo, he gets 2 of them inside the cogs, but the cogs will only bounce 1 of them around. It doesn't really get any of the bounces coming, so not really affecting their mana pools a ridiculous amount like we usually see. Again, immediately going for more. Dark Lord chasing down Sweden Strong, and this might be a first blood. He hasn't got any burst healing to come out to his solo, desperately trying to finish this kill. Won't quite be able to do so. Dark Lord also pretty much out of resources, does have the stick to work with if they want to go for something here, but killing off this blue is super difficult. As they actually kill off two of the cogs to stop him, but is it going to make a difference? No, it is not. The kill comes through, Dark Lord gets a kill, and that's how you want your trolling to go.
Yeah, so massive kills here as well. 3 range creeps, 3 melee creeps, you know, Sweden Strong having to take through, you know, half of them. And Brew just only gets a single range creep of XP to his name. Still gonna be level 1 after 2 minutes. That is a perfect start for 9pandas. The first time that we really see them, I think, entering the safe lane with a winning lane. Of course, it is now game 3 for it, but exactly what 9pandas need in this game.
The 1-4 on the scoreline, but of course with those 4 bounty rings being picked up for 9pandas, they do have a little bit of an advantage in these lanes already. And that's kind of what we're seeing up in the top side. Sure, Monkushi's feeling really good because he got a huge injection of gold to start with, and he's got an Aya buffing him up across the other lanes. Those bounties do make a bit of a difference. I doubt we'll see much happening in the middle lane. Kill onto Timbersaw would be very difficult, even with the crazy damage coming out from Crash Landing.
Also, bot, with respect, Io kind of does have an option with his facets to go for the overcharge option with the Crits Krieg to go for damage. I think with Gyrocopter, you always go for the damage. Because of the mixed type for Gyrocopter, you want to always buff up both. But there are some worlds where getting the magic resistance and that kind of defensive capability of the other facet can be really good. But this time around, he knows he has to focus on get my Gyrocopter to farm quicker, to fight quicker. It's why you want to pick the Aya.
Pretty much, yeah. I think that's why the other facets are really difficult to pick, because it only helps you in fighting, really. I don't think it helps you farm the map.
There are some modes where it's really good, where like if you're only playing for pickups and your carry can already farm without you. Like Gyrocopter can farm, but it's compared to other heroes. So yeah, I think at least like Kadaro on Dandelions during some Western Europe qualifier games, he did actually go for the defensive option. But the yeah, I think it is relatively game to game, but it's like 80-20 for the damage option. But it's a good player if they find the read to go for the damage reductions and stuff. That'll break their opponent because you just won't be ready for what the hell this hero story is unkillable. Not really important in this game, but something to keep note of.
Future games. Maybe we shall see it. Okay, trying to approach respect. He wants to try and poke at respect and mess up the pulls without going near the Gyrocopter and catching some flax. So far, it's very chill down in the bottom lane, mid lane. A bit more trading happening. Overall, key attackers should be absolutely fine. The top is where the brings are taking place. It's just constant trading here. Solo going in with the cogs time and time again. Dark Lord throwing out the axes. It's a strong lane for 9pandas. We've seen that they love to try to secure their safe lane, and when they don't, things go very wrong very quickly. This game is an excellent start for Dark Lord. 7 CS over Clouder at the moment.
I like seeing it from top lane as well. And as soon as Solo presses the cogs, Cloud and Sweden Strong instantly start hitting them. Because of course, with the facet where you can get hit from the inside, as soon as this clockwork bounces one cog on you and you start ping-ponging around them, if you can break that combination, it is very cool to see the players just kind of evolving and adapting to what clockworks have been doing before. Because if you look like a week ago, no one really insta-breaks the cogs. They kind of just accept their fate to some degree, but...
Oh, he can't quite survive despite getting under the tower. It's not enough. Charge is all used up. That stick is dry, so he will be falling. That said, Albica getting some nice solo time in the lane. Just a couple of waves to himself. Right on the tower as well. This
so very even
which doesn't feel too bad. As the fight starts to break out here for the active rune. Kiyotaka, he's got the timber chain. He's going to be able to get up to the top side and force Sweden Strong at least to take the shield rune. But that said, he actually doesn't want to approach. 3 heroes strong here. Not willing to give his life just to stop the Tiny from getting a rune, which likely won't achieve too much. Dark Lord getting cooked up a little bit here by the flames. Does hurt. He's got to navigate this bramble maze carefully if he wants to get out, but do so he shall. It was just harassment coming out from the Dark Willow and from the Brewmaster. Very, very hard for them to approach Solo and Dark Lord to actually intend to kill them. It will just have to be a misinitiation from 9pandas if they want to score anything down here, but they should be pretty content with Cloud just farming up. It's a very greedy build with the Radiance. No Spirit Vessels or anything like that coming out. Wow. Respect's been busy making these stacks down here.
Brew's not really been able to apply much pressure to lane, so Respect is happy to hit the stacks, create that efficiency. At the start of this game, everyone's relatively even. Of course, he kills himself for Dark Lord. I take that back, Cheer Jr., nice rotation. I was about to say, it's like this game is just hitting a nice little farm state, and I did not catch that Tiny had rotated all the way to the top and murdered the troll. That is a nice little pick off.
Genius stepping up once again, doing the work, which the team needs him to do, and actually he's going to go for a rotation down to the bottom side. Counts at the last second. Alberca, very, very difficult to bring down. In the top, Cloud, he's getting run down by Kiyotaka. The counter rotation from the Timbersaw, matching the aggression of Chiro Jr. But that said, he's killing an offlaner whilst Chiro Jr. was killing the carry. Definitely the more impactful play. As Mancushi continues to farm up down here, so they're going to have to do something. They've got to have a plan in place for dealing with this gyrocopter at some point.
And that also will be the troll eventually down the line.
Toss back onto Solo. He will fall as well. Chiro Jr. Magic kills. He moves across down the lane, and Cloud gets killed off as well. Return kill coming out from 9pandas. Concentrating going on between Chiro Jr. and Kiyotaka. This time Kiyotaka gets the upper hand. Chiro Jr. trying to chase forward, but doesn't really have the mana to work with at the moment to keep the onslaught going.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Reload, not really doing the whole. Whoa, Albuquerque just come in for a cheeky kill onto the IO. Expecting maybe that the IO just wanted to drop the gyrocopter off into the triangle. I'm not too sure, but either way, doesn't result in the kill. Not really punished for it either.
Well, they already scanned up. They know these detectives are coming in. Mancushi needs to get out.
Mancushi, the slow from the spider might not be enough to turn this into a kill. Mancushi is going to get away and continues his day farming up on the gyrocopter.
9pandas are doing exactly what they need to do, right? Bring that Timbersaw into the game, create that front line that you can play behind, killing off the Brewmaster twice. We've been praising the kind of consistency of Cloud, but dying once, that's fine. Dying twice, then it's now getting a little bit, worrisome for them. 9pandas can feel the momentum slowly shifting their way as they are bringing the numbers bottom in one win. And their attempt at stabilizing this game is to mirror the movements. Chiro Jr. has been very, very active. You could argue delaying his blink slightly by the kills he's constantly chasing, but the hunger is still there for 9pandas. They want to be the team that controls this early game.
Finally an active room grabbed. Oh, wait, never mind.
Denied, yeah.
Sorry, Kiyotaka, my bad, buddy.
You jinxed him. They do have level 6 on the clockwork. I do expect Solo to want to make a move.
Yeah, it's very difficult to move when you keep getting these tossed creeps thrown on your head and taking half your HP pool away. Not a really position you could play in from a Timbersaw. Once again, Alberca really just laying the hate onto the gyrocopter by himself, which is kind of crazy when you look at it. It's a 1v2 essentially. And Alberca's holding his own, and then somebody's going to just be able to take this tower under their noses. The TPs, they need to come here for one if they want to keep their tower alive, but I'm not sure they've got the capabilities of doing that. Cloud replicating the push over on the top side. Georgie comes down. I don't think Alberca needed any help with his tower, but he's going to get it.
The fact is, he's uncontested. Like one when they reacted top, Kiyotaka to kind of drag them around the map, and that is exactly what the Timbersaw pick was meant to do. Broodmother, as soon as you take the tier 1 tower, your game, it becomes so nice. You have camps to farm with no crazy contest. If they want to kill you, they have to smoke down.
Is this going to force the Gyro and Io into the triangle then? Into the ancient area?
No, so Gyro will always be self-sufficient against the Broodmother. Like, because you have that flak, you can kill the spiderlings with ease. The real question will be, will one get caught off guard from the Brood with the Orchid timing and a Clockwork potentially coming to kill them? That, though, is a very different story. So I don't think they're going to be leaving too soon, but it's on 9pandas to remind them, like, wait a second, you shouldn't probably be here if we bring more heroes. The next couple of minutes will be very important to see how 9pandas want to make this move. Of course, the natural progression of the map.
Miss does force out the Bedlam anyway, but Chira Jr. is going to jump onto Solo and claim his life. No hook shot help now. Mancucci TP's in across, but Kiyotaka's got the Timber Chain up to the high ground. And this won't do a whole lot. Mancucci just playing this creep wave and get themselves away. You can see the speed in which Respect responds to any sort of engagement like this, though. They're always ready to be there to help out, to bring the numbers into their favor.
Orchid complete on the Broodmother.
Okay. Robica potentially looking to play with this one, but they're already leaving the area for one win. Actually, Io doesn't have a TP, so may just be left for dead. Yeah, he's gone.
He's very dead. They really didn't Orchid or lasso him before he tethered. There was a brief moment I was like, wait, did they mess this up? Okay, no, they're fine. That would have been pretty spooky. Wait, I thought you were going to use your stun. Ah, well. They get the free kill. This is what you do with Broodmother. Once you open up this area, you just want to keep playing here. But Chira Jr., he has the Blink Dagger, jumping onto Solo. The Bedlam, very much a free kill. Dominating now on this Tiny.
Yeah, Chira Jr. and Sweden Strong been playing together a lot this game, and it's been looking pretty clean from them so far. Having so many kills on this map, Chira Jr.
Look at the combinations they have, right? So Io farms with the Gyro quick. Willow plays with the Tiny, then you have Bedlam Blink. So you got one partnership just farming, another partnership looking for pickoffs. Meanwhile, Brood is AFK top getting his Radiance. And one when they are fully subscribed to playing for pickoff and farm, nothing more. And that's why for 9pandas, if they don't play into their Orchid timing, into the aggressive nature of Timbersaw, it could be left behind a little bit. It's only 14 minutes in. I'm not expecting them to go crazy, but Shroud soon on Timbersaw. I expect 9pandas to try and dictate the pace of this game just a little bit more.
It's all about Kiyotaka's timings. He's going to hit a good one on this Shroud, and maybe that's the point where they start to really open up this game. Once he has the Shroud, I don't think the Tiny offers much kill threat onto him anymore, and maybe that's the position they want to be in. Or Brood, yeah.
No, I'm looking at the Brood. It's like the Brood goes bottom, your spiders die to either a one tree grab or a flak, and then in the future there'll be a Radiance Brood. Like the Brood doesn't really pressure if a one-win core is in the same lane. He needs his team, and they're just not really playing with him right now. A Sweden Strong Chira Jr.
The Bedlam combination, Chira Jr. utilizing it perfectly as they jump in onto Albica once again. And it's going to be a very clean kill onto the Broodmother. Delaying their BKB and ousting her from this area of the map. But Kiyotaka's coming in, looking for a bit of counterplay here. But they only fight...
That kind of sums up the grand final just a little bit, right? Then Panda's not playing behind their Brood, then they're killing off an illusion. It's just a little bit, not even, it's very awkward. Round two, Chira Jr.'s in again.
Toss back into his teammates. Mancucci's there to deal the damage. Eternal Shroud not going to do enough to keep him alive in this situation. Kiyotaka's gone down. Solo, no hook shot to help him out with due to the illusion play. They just didn't respect one win at all there.
And the way that they do that is so cool. So Sweden Strong, he throws down the Bramble Maze. Because he has the Thorny Thicket with the additional Brambles, he just positioned himself so that the toss goes through, what, 3 roots, I think? So the Timbersaw, he took 3 roots worth of damage with then the Avatos combination and the additional, like, it was just the execution between these two. It is finding just the perfect amount of pickoff. And they go again into mid lane. Panda, they're just not ready for this. And a buyback from Solo.
They're going to do a buyback from Solo. The avalanche, the grab onto Chira Jr. The point blank hook shot into the back of his own teammate once again from Solo, who's been having a decent qualifiers, but this series it's just all come crumbling down. 2 hook shots completely whiffed. That one was a buyback as well.
Does he at least have the facet so it helps with the the cooldowns or whatever? Ah, no, he doesn't. Oh, that's a shame.
Unsurprisingly.
No, unsurprisingly, yes. We couldn't try and sell it for the audience.
No redemption there, unfortunately, for Solo. Just simply misplayed it. And it's gonna hurt. It really hurts. 1 missed hook shot hurts. 2 missed hook shot really hurts. Had a buyback onto that as well, and
Is in danger.
it's a tough indeed. I mean, Dark Lord, mate, it's all down to you, I think. Only but one really. I mean, they've all got farm on the side of 9pandas. They all have their items. I do feel like Dark Lord can still stand a chance of blowing up this game. The matchup into the gyro is good. The shard is also going to help him out a lot if he ever decides to go for that. Maybe after Sanchin Yasha, 1 damage item into shard, and all of a sudden Io really struggles to really help out much with the gyrocopter. Just be taking axes to the face. There's a world.
I just really love the way
perfect game. Basically, the first fight which Dark Lord turns up to is really gonna paint this game for 9pandas.
Yeah. This BKB pickup has to be perfect. Like, he has to enter the fight, because by the time he has BKB, Gyrocopter's gonna have Ags Daedalus. That is a lot of damage. Any bit of control with Gyro right-clicking him, he can go down before he even gets off the battle trance.
Asto out onto the Tiny. He's taking the heavy hits here. The Terrorize will come out there, and the save from the Io gets him away. Still in the fight though, still able to commit to this one as Kiyotaka jumps in, but just taking so much damage here from Monkushi, from Chira Jr., from Cloud as well, who hasn't even used the split during this. 9pandas lose 2. They're the ones making the engagements, and they just cannot put it together.
Another kill. Like, rewind the cast 8 minutes, and the way that I praise 1 minute and how they farmed is just, they just replicated it for 8 more minutes. It's been perfect. The farming patterns, the pick off, the Willow only playing with Tiny, the Io just hugging the gyro, the Rune Master just not caring about anything and just only focusing on his own game plan. Like, the fact that they held true to this logic for 9 minutes just ruined everything that 9pandas wanted to do. They never felt like they could group up. And this was meant to be their game, that they play behind the Brood Mother, play the aggressive lineup, use the Timber and Brood to take over the Radiant map, but they've just not done it. They've done nothing. It's been lackluster. They've misexecuted, misplayed. In this game, like you said, it is all on Dark Lord, it seems. He's going to be getting the BKB, but sure, congrats, you got a BKB, but now you're running into an Aegis Gyrocopter.
Everything we've been saying about Troll kind of just falls off now. The ability to stay on the gyrocopter and really lock him down in a fight, that's not going to do anything now. You got to wait out this Aegis. Dark Lord, just keep on farming. Brood also has to just kind of keep on farming, which is about all that Albert has been able to do this game. The Brood pick hasn't really been feeling amazing for me.
There's always the difficulty with Brood, because Brood technically farmed well in lane, but then her team didn't play around her, so it would be very easy to point the finger at, well, Brood didn't do this, but it's also like the 9pandas didn't play around the Brood, and of course in other offlaners with this amount of farm, he'd be running across the map to instigate stuff, but if you can't instigate as your Brood, it's just uncomfortable, right? And I other 9pandas just did not use it well.
This level of farm.
That is true, very true, and he's probably going to get picked off as he's shown on the small camp, but...
Ooh, miss from Chira. Let's take a gift from Albica there, as Albica is now going to be able to get his BKB online. So, even harder to deal with down here in the bottom side, even harder to oust this parasite from your side of the map. Damn. Monkushi with the Aegis, knowing that he can then go for the Daedalus instead of forcing the BKB too early. That's such a luxurious position to be in for a gyrocopter.
They hit Daedalus before the in the mid fight, and it ripped him to shreds. So he took that Daedalus, then go Burst, and he's had it for some time.
Well, getting beaten down. This could be a really big kill for them if they can win in time. Orchid's about to run out and he will go down. Couple expenses here from the side. Well, but the Gyrocopter's already dead. Has the buyback, but Troll is ready. With a battle chance when the Gyrocopter comes back. This could be the fight that 9pandas been waiting for, but the Eels comes down. Respect behind the Gyro, but it doesn't matter. There's too much damage. It doesn't. Tira comes in. Huge toss back onto the Troll. They'll keep the Gyrocopter alive. Kiyotaka needs to finish the job. Will do so, but will likely cost his life. Sweden Strong's now on him as well. Tira Jr. crawling across to that Timbersaw to take him down. Kiyotaka dead. It costs them a lot of heroes. They do get 2 core kills out of it for 9pandas. Overall, 1 win will still take the fight just about.
Very awkward for 1 win though. For the state of this game, that was a pretty poor relocate from Respect, throwing his Gyrocopter into the middle of 3 heroes that had already killed off the Brewmaster. Maybe if he relocated to like a high ground position or maybe to the right hand side so he could enter the engagement, it would have given them a little bit more life. But yeah, he just threw his Gyrocopter right into the middle of it, and like Brewmaster, he has the Orchid on top of him, taking plenty of damage. He is going to die to the tip of the Orchid, and then your relocate is maybe from the left hand side away and then layer with the terrorize, but to throw your Gyrocopter into the middle of those heroes, Respect, he had a very good series, but that was quite the misplay. And luckily for him, he does have the buyback. He is able to get back into the fight to kind of fix his problems, and they get enough kills to not feel like that was a, you know, not a game deciding, but at least a momentum deciding fight. And 1 win are able to, of course, keep the net worth lead there. But yeah, got to be careful, Respect. Another relocate like that, and we could be starting to talk about 9pandas having a little bit more confidence in this game.
Absolutely, and it does take away that safety net from the Gyrocopter. Bit of BKB coming out, which will help a lot. No Aegis against Troll is always going to be scary in this matchup. Let's see if 9pandas look to take advantage of that or not. And that fight did all come across to just catching Cloud out before he could get off the split. He's going for the Manta to try and make sure that doesn't happen again.
Just got the BKB. They're trying to set up a kill with the stun.
Yeah, he might just be dead with the relocate coming through. The toss is there as well. Mancucci brings him down. Attacker a little bit deep, trying to finish off that tower, and will now be denied by Sweden Strong. The rest of the team nowhere nearby to help out for that Timber. A little too brave on Kiyotaka. It's time to see, Kiyotaka, he always likes to play up. He always likes to play on the front line. Very aggressive mid laner. And sometimes it comes back to bite you just a little bit. People talk a lot about Solo being the kind of wise voice in this team, controlling and guiding the skill of these younger players. He's going to do a lot of that right now to come back into this series.
We haven't spoken on Sweden Strong. It looks like they want to potentially keep going aggressive, but 9pandas themselves, Rude and Troll,
Scanning for enemies.
under the cover of smoke. Alright, Ryder has Lesser available, so if they can get a pick off very quick route.
Jeez, she got that off. That's crazy. Alright, well, still likely going to be going down here on Sweden Strong. I didn't even know it was possible to lasso post Flaming Lasso, but it was. I'll relocate on that one, thankfully, I would say.
Oh, Solo. See ya.
We're going to get soloed by the amplified damage Tiny. That'll happen, to be fair. Not much you can do.
He did go for the Yules. I don't know when he picked it up, but I think he's going to help out against the just the kiting required. Like when Brood locks onto you, if you can use your combo, Yules up to, you know, reset a little bit, then you can play out the fight and not oppose. Down the line, he'll go for Wind Waker to further help his team, like the pickup, and that's kind of probably what 1win is waiting for. You know, Brewmaster wants his own Dispel. Tiny has his Dispel, of course, with BKB and yours, and Gyrocopter has his BKB, so now this is like, fight-wise, I would be so surprised if 1win was to lose a 5-on-5. Once all these Dispels come into play, all this ability to kind of shrug off what the 9pandas cores are trying to do.
The world where everybody gets to use every ability on both sides however they want, it's very clearly going to go in 1win's favor. I think even if the net worth is equal as well, that's just the case due to these drafts, and Due to how both of these heroes match up against each other, 9pandas, they have to break the game down. They really do. Dark Lord happy to be the one to break the smooths here. But Izzy, they'll jump in on him. Toss back as well, delaying that BKB and delaying any response from 9pandas. But Dark Lord's holding steady on that trigger. Not willing to BKB for nothing here. That's some extreme patience from Dark Lord not to throw out the BKB there. Very good discipline.
He misuses it. It will just allow one to break open the fight.
Is under attack.
He has to use it perfectly. Kind of feels like 9pandas have to take the next fight perfectly. If the next fight doesn't go their way, then the 6,000 gold lead will just become, you know, 12, 13,000, if not more. They got smoked up. They have the tools. They can find the pick, but they're running into Radiant Vision, and they're jumping an illusion. No!
They find the real one eventually, but it might be too late as they've tossed up the Timbersaw. He doesn't look tanky at all. He's gone down already. Dark's going to get caught by a rock as well. Gonna have to just BKB and ulti here. And they've actually got the lasso out onto the Io, meaning that the Troll gets that wondering what he's looking for. But with Tira coming in as well, it might not be that. Respect's able to throw out the heals across as well. Helps out the Gyro, helps him survive. Albuquerque just gonna have to leave the fight. TP away. 9pandas, that's not how it can go down. The initiation was way too messy. And it looks like Solo is being chased here, but he's got the jetpack TP out, so he's going to be all right.
It did not help the fight at all. The Timbersaw jumps in by himself. The team is now kind of playing back on the edge of Radiant Vision. It's way too spread. Meanwhile, as Gyro gets jumped by Troll, the Io's there, the Tiny's there, everyone's able to assist, and there's just a little bit of a difference in what they can bring to the fight. It was our concern in the draft. If 9pandas don't win the lanes and own the map with Timber Brood, their team fight is nearly worthless. They require so much farm to feel good. BKBs, hexes, etc. And we're in that stage of the game that the repercussions of their lineup with how they've played it is not hurting. And the Dragon has 20,000 net worth. A Butterfly Daedalus Ags BKB at the 28-minute mark. You compare that to the Troll Warlord. Troll has Sanj and Yasha, Battle Fury, BKB. One hero has survivability, one hero just has raw damage. It is a night and day difference from what the carriers can do, and the spiders just get cleaned up. I do not want to know the win probability for this game for 9pandas. It is looking bleak.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Another smoke from them. They keep trying to find a fight. They failed the last time. They failed the time before.
On one hand,
they do it this time around?
Roche, but on the other hand, how do they win these fights? Like, the peel has to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
They have to get this IO away. They have to stop Chiro Jr. from helping out with this. Solo jumps in. Hook shot gets missed. He does give him a ton of information. He seems to be dying in the process. The lasso comes out, but immediately dead. The damage is way too much from Chiro Jr. Same with Albuquerque. Tries to throw his body in, but just gets cut down. Dark Lord BKB ulti out onto the Gyro, but he's just not gonna do the damage. I mean, it's reasonably close whilst he's in the ultimate, but the Yules is going to be there the moment that BKB drops. And Mankushi, well, standing his ground, guns him down. Chiro Jr. there as well. Every single fight, this Troll's just got 2 heroes on him. It's just not good enough for 9pandas. The initiation's not clean enough, the damage doesn't come in, and the follow-up isn't strong.
The Batrider jumped in, took one side gunner hit with a crit. I was like, oh god, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to be here. Same thing for Brood. She presses BKB, tries to man up with the intentional hunger, and it's like, no, there's no point. You are not getting anywhere near to this gyrocopter.
Do you think going after the Gyro in these fights, surrounded by your teammates, is the best way to approach this for 9pandas?
At this point, I don't think there is a fight that looks good for 9pandas. You could argue that the initiation needs to be somewhat layered, where you can, I think, isolating the gyrocopter away from Io and getting the kill with Troll could be good. But in that type of fight where they're playing up on the top side, reaching quite heavily into a really defensively positioned 1-win, it just doesn't look good at all. But if the fight was more open, then sure, jump the Gyro, push the Io away, breaking the tether, use the clockwork to kind of create that little bit of a partition. I can see a WOD where it might work, but again, you're so far down. You're making the plays as if you're even in the game. It happened again in game 2, I believe, 9pandas, when they're down like 20,000 gold. They're still smoking up, but they can't win a team fight. They can't win on the split push. They can't contest Roshan. They can't do much. It really looks like 1-win will be
Tower is under attack.
getting their qualification for TI 13.
Dire's top tower is under
3-0 as well. 9pandas not feeling good about this one at this point. Maybe if Troll makes it to Satanic and MKB and Gyro somehow doesn't pick up another item until then.
Time travel to win this game.
Indeed. Hope for the future suddenly come back in time to gift him a few extra items.
Okay, I need,
happen.
is under
they need to spawn in the Faceless Void with time zone and then perma time zone the enemy and just keep them in a contained bubble for 20 minutes.
Yeah, the time zone's pretty rubbish. I don't think that'll help.
True. I think if you spawn in the Void with time zone, it wouldn't even have 9pandas in this game, even if there's 6 players to 5.
Alpaca gonna be able to just TP himself back to the fountain. Recover the BKB does survive. The Gyrocopter damage hasn't come in soon enough. Plays like that do delay the game a little bit for you.
I don't really know what the communication's like though at this point. But when you're 9pandas, someone's going to need to step up and be the hyper PMA player. Because you are going to feel defeated. Any Dota player right now knows the state of the game. The fact that they haven't won a fight for nearly 20 odd minutes. And you'd hope for 9pandas' sake that someone is given them that fresh dose of copium and way to approach his next engagement. Because he is positioned behind him on the hill.
He's going to toss back onto the Timbersaw and they get it and the damage is good. Key attacker is gone. This guy cannot catch a break. Thrown into the middle off that death. Gyrocopter absolutely annihilating Monkushi. Now on to the barracks. I mean, sure, Albica is going to be able to cut the wave, but not in time. And even with the backdoor, oh my god, the barracks is gone anyway. Goodness me. Here we go, down to the bottom side. They find Solo as well. This could be the beginning of the end. I mean, they don't have creeps. They're trying to do it through the back door anyway. They might just be able to. What is this?
Just backdoor him, lads. You got overcharge in a second. You got the tree grab on the tiny.
Oh my god. How is this the point in the game we're at? Backdoor protection. It's not doing enough. It's not doing a thing. Fortification not available. They're going to lose 2 lanes of barracks just through the back door. 1-win. They're feeling it right now.
Yeah.
Mega creeps gained despite the effort which Albica went to cut the waves. Despite 9panda feeling like they're in a position where they didn't have to come back and defend. They did. But it's too late for that now. Mega creeps, 28k gold advantage. Age is still on the Gyrocopter for another 30 seconds. 9pandas, they do not have a counterplay to this. This game is feeling very, very over.
There's no item progression on 9pandas. There's not a glimmer of hope that you can look towards. As we click across the heroes, it's not as if there's like a hex on the horizon that could, catch them off guard. They're down mega creeps. Aegis out in 15 seconds, and just the disparity in damage. You quickly have a glance at Radiant Burst Dias. You got Daedalus' Kandas, and the other side's like, I got a Ghost Scepter, I got a Shroud. It's so different here. 1-win. They are moments away from winning this third game.
They can taste the Danish pastries already.
Yeah, they can.
For
For this team, another first. When you look at the roster, 1-win.
Utaka do not get... If he gets tossed back again to lose this game, that'd be pretty heartbreaking for him. Heartbreaking either way. This roster has come so far, just hasn't had the success this year. Finally looking to be on a successful run, but 1-win, just not letting them past.
Gonna be patient now. Roshan could respawn in a couple of minutes, and when you know that you've pretty much won the game, I do expect 1-win to sit back, get the next Roshan, take that agent up the high ground. On the flip side, go a bit crazy, run up the high ground. Who cares? This is what they're gonna do. No more discipline. Just get the game. I'd be surprised if they lost a fight. It'd be very defensive if they wanted to wait for Roshan, but still. They're waiting, they're looking, they're jumping.
They find the spider, they try to go in with the terrorizer, and it only lands onto Clockwork, who hook shots himself in. Albica trying to run away under the protection of the BKB, but the toss damage is huge with the Kanda helping out as well. And that will cut down poor old Albica. Has a buyback available. Troll, thrown on top of the Jericho, but that's how confident they are at this point. The game doesn't even get off the ultimate. Oh, don't tip him. You're crushing his dreams, and now the tip's coming through as well. Peer Force falling, that'll be the end. A smiley face and a GG, well played, and plenty of congratulations coming out from the side of 9pandas as well, as it will be one win, securing themselves to TI. They've done it. They battled through the EEU qualifiers, and they secure their spot at the biggest tournament of the year.
And look at that, the emotion. Again, it's just so good to see the players just having that joy. You know, this is what Dota's about, is bringing those emotions, bringing that happiness. We've lost it a little bit. You know, the teams that are at tier 1, they expect the